Type Facility Board, we call to order October the 2nd, 2025. Have a set of minutes in front of you for approval. I'll entertain a motion for that when you're ready.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone here wishing to speak for the Solid Waste Board, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Hey, good morning. My name is John Reddit. I live at 3445 Poplar Hill Road. And anyway, I want to thank Mayor Hutto and Director Lynch, first of all, for first day responses when they received my letter of concern. Anyway, the issue I'm hoping to have reconsidered is the 2025 change in access to the cardboard compactor at the East Medora Convenience Center. Previously, you were able to access it by 2 lanes onto the raised platform that got you to the top of the bins. And here back in, I guess, July or August of this year, it's been narrowed to 1 lane. Last week when I spoke with Director Lynch, she had told me that there had been an altercation between 2 men. Somebody bumped somebody's car. The raised platform is probably 22 or 24 feet wide, plenty of room for 2 vehicles. And 2 men had got into an altercation. Somebody bumped somebody's car. Anyway, and then she also mentioned that another lady had almost been run over there by somebody. But I can't really tell you much about either of those. Finally, though, well, actually, for most people that use a convenience center, time is money. And an extra 30 minutes waiting on getting up to the cardboard drop, that's money I could be spending at my desk preparing a presentation to make a little bit better living. And anyway, and so I waste a lot of time because we get a lot of stuff through Amazon. I got a lot of boxes to get rid of. But the altercation between the 2 men, that was a police matter, not those men. If you get in a fight at the public parking lot, that's a police matter, not so much trouble with Publix. And the lady that was nearly struck by a vehicle, that can happen anywhere, and that driver was as responsible at the convenience center for his actions as he is anywhere else. And anyway, when using the convenience center with my day planned out and I see 5 cars waiting in line, that's going to add another hour of my day outside, that's not behind my desk, going back as time permits. And anyway, the single lane is too expensive. Please reconsider and bring it back to 2 lanes that will allow us to dump in the cardboard compactor. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. John. Anyone else wishing to speak before the board today? All righty, we'll move on then with the legal report. Mayor Jennings.
I don't have anything, Mayor.
Gotcha. Okay. And solid waste report, Mr. Randy Lincoln.
Thank y'all. Got a copy there. Let's see, the landfill activities report. Looked like we took in $78,367. That's down 193 from last year. All right, on page 2 here, we hauled 1,270 tons. For the year to date, it's 139,636. On the next page, on the recycled here, we hauled 335. The revenue was 23,914, which it was down 1,672 because the recycles was bringing less. The loads hauled out of the convenience centers, we hauled 461 loads. We was up 24 loads from this time last year. And other than that, that's it. Y'all got a copy of the new rules?
Yes, sir. On the new business, talk about that for us, if you would.
Well, we're changing some of that around, not a whole lot of changes. 2 pieces of furniture, 2 appliances, an 8 by 10 piece of carpet. She's putting on 5 pieces of lumber, 1 piece of drywall, 20 shingles, pieces of tin. They're going to do 5 pieces or 5 pieces of metal total, whatever you know that.
Per car.
Per car, yeah, right.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, Randy, but I mean, one piece, it could be just as a
We're
square.
talking about on the drywall?
Yeah, it's just one piece.
Well, I
of
mean, that
anything.
she's saying one piece of 4-bay sheet, equivalent to a 4-bay sheet.
Okay, that's what we
What
need
it's
to put
supposed to be
in, yeah,
saying.
that's what we need to put
I
in
got
here,
you,
cause
yeah.
you say one piece,
Yeah.
then you
You're
can
right.
have, you can have
It
some.
should say 4-bay,
Yeah.
up to equivalents to a 4-bay sheet, what it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
yeah, okay, alright, I got you now. And then 5 pieces of metal, that could be 5 quarters, you know? You see what I'm saying? So
Well,
you gotta give a size to
They gotta
that.
draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
But it's gonna be 5 pieces or whatever, you know, really, you know, they're trying to draw a line somewhere, you know.
Okay.
I mean, just like on the wood, I mean, it's gonna be 5 2x4s or 5 pieces of plywood or the equivalent of 5, you know.
Right now, there's no limit on any of this.
Yes, some of it is, yeah. But it ain't, it's pretty much, a lot of it's the same, you know, a lot of it is.
I guess it's, but like the 5 pieces of metal, I mean, I could bring in a 3 by 20 foot piece of roofing metal that's one piece.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If you don't put a size on there,
Yeah, you're right.
if
You
you
know
don't
what?
put a size on there, it's gonna, it's gonna be big or it's gonna be real small.
Right.
We prefer the small, unless you got a scrap bin and we make money off of it. Then you
Well,
want
they
the
do
big-
make money off of it, but
Yeah, then you could take the bigger stuff, you know.
as long as it fit in the bin, I'd say it would probably
Would
take
be
it,
all right,
you know.
yeah.
Them bins are 22 foot long. I mean, most people ain't gonna bring nothing in there that long, they can't haul it.
Right.
And the reason I think for this was to kind of start educating the public on what could be brought
Right,
and couldn't be
right.
brought, because you were having some issues on that of what could be, and then the limit part is, if I understood it right, was because it's a convenience center. So it
Correct,
ought to be
correct.
open for everybody to come out and dump their small stuff. If you
Right.
got big stuff, if you're in a commercial, go to
Pretty much
landfill.
residential, you know.
Yeah, but this is for residential
Right,
people,
right.
and the reason we can't just take unlimited amount of stuff is because you don't have enough haulers to,
No.
when a bin fills up, to get it
We'll-
out of there and
we'll
get it
take
open.
the stack now.
And somebody drives up out there and you don't have a place to
Right.
do it, and they have to go back home. So I know there was, I know a lot of this, some of this, she just said was, you know, people drive up, they don't have a clue what
Correct.
rules we have, so we're gonna try to put out some rules to make them.
They gonna put the what else all over it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't get out of it.
I really thought, she sent this the other day and I appreciate it, but I've really been reading it. Like the 20 shingles, that's kinda, you know, that's just tough. I don't know how to say that. I mean, that's hardly no shingles.
I think what she's saying is that you can bring 20 shingles out there, but if you tore a whole roof off, you
Right.
couldn't go to the landfill.
No-
Yeah.
no
I
remodeling,
can take
no-
some small
yeah.
stuff, but I can't take, because the big stuff.
If you just go up there and
should
fix a little leak,
Yeah, y'all want somebody come in with a
Or-
tote or
or
something.
if he gets mad and puts a fence through his wall, he can bring a sheet of drywall in when he fixes it.
Yeah, to me,
Yeah,
to me, I was just looking at it when she sent it the other night. I was just
Yeah,
looking.
you're
at
right on the plan, I see what
Yeah,
you're
well,
saying.
I was just looking at it all. I don't think she understands, or you understand, the headache that you just caused yourself, or the guys out there, because now they got to stand there and count. No, that's 20 shingles, 1, 2, 3, and they're going to count them out. You
They ain't
know?
gonna count on me.
Well, I'm talking about the person, because they're going to be an argument.
I
you know?
agree with what you're saying.
So, I don't know. I think you just use your best judgment. I mean,
They will, on most of this, they
Yeah.
will.
I think.
You just gotta have
conversation-
something to go by. You
oh
know?
yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm just saying you're creating
Right.
headache
Oh, it's-
for
it's-
yourself.
I think what brought it up was people pull up out there thinking it is a landfill. I can dump anything and
we get a lot.
everything I want to dump.
Right.
And then when they pull up out there and they don't get to dump because of these rules, then they call our office and say, you didn't tell nobody, it ain't on your website, you know, there's no clear description. If you'd have told me that, I wouldn't have been out there with all this stuff, you know?
Right.
And so that's when we said, it's kind of like that closing at 5 o'clock, you know, when people pull up at 4:59 and the gate's already shut because they want to get out of there by 5, you know, that's what brought the 4:30 closing time. So she just said, let's get the word out to a lot of people. This is what a convenience center really is. It's not a landfill. It's for small items. But I think you're right, 20 shingles, they're not gonna count 20 shingles. I don't think they do now.
No.
But if you pulled up with a whole load, they'd say, you can't do that. Why? Where's it posted? I can't do that at.
It's just some kind of guideline. I always tell them you get a little common horse sense about it. you know,
Right,
and-
right. Do we still have that policeman in their budget, or
Nope, you don't.
it might be something you better start thinking about?
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
know, that was
and I did reach
This
out.
is fixing to be Cause the 4:30's gonna get people.
Well,
Now we done added some more stuff in,
Yeah.
and you're just talking about fighting out there because, you know,
But I think, Randy, and then tell us, because I really don't know either for sure, but we've already had these rules in
Sort of,
place.
yeah,
These
yes.
rules have already been, this is not brand new rules. I don't know what we've gone to from, if we've gone down any of some of the stuff, but we've already had these kind of rules
Pretty
in
much,
place.
yes.
You've been trying to abide by them, we just haven't been publicizing them, so she said, hey, let's put it on paper so everybody at least can look and see if they want to. Now,
Yeah,
as
we're
me and
gonna-
her said, you know, nobody's gonna get on.
We're gonna
the
hand some of
website.
this out too, you know,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna get on the website and look up before they break it out,
No.
they're just gonna load up and go, I know
Yeah.
that. But at least when they say, well, if you'd have told us, you know,
Right.
I mean, there are plenty of times they pull up out there and maybe some trucks or whatever, you know, and they come fussing us, and she calls, and I call her, and she said, well, I'm gonna take a picture of the front gate right now, it tells you right there, the big old sign, you can't have this, and they pull right through and don't read it, you know? So I don't, you know, but now, I asked Mayor Anderson the other day at Williamson County, I said, you have any trouble with your convenience centers? He said, yeah, they had a big fight out there today, broke a guy's arm. He said, he said, that's just the way it is at the convenience centers. He said, they have a hard time getting along.
Gotta be tough to work there.
It'd be tough.
Because they said they pull up and
None were
they
tough,
spend
one
all
of the
day, as this gentleman just talked about a while ago, they spend all day loading up what they've got to load up, and then they expect to do what they want to do, and they don't really care, you know, sometimes what our rules are. Or they get an altercation because somebody's sitting up there talking and not moving on. But anyway, there are lots of stories there. But
Yes.
so do you want to take a little more time and look at these before we vote on them?
I got one other question. It's on my, like on the appliances, I know y'all usually have like one container for the, metal. So like, do we have any other, like you could put two of them out there? Cause to me,
We got two out there.
Do you do have two?
We got loose metal bins on the ramp.
Cause to me, the more
We got
metal we
20
can
yard
get, the
for
better
that.
off
That-
we are.
That's what I'm saying there, yeah.
Now, I don't mean a
Make
guy
money.
come up in a U-Haul or y'all's discretion, but I don't know why we wanna limit metal when there's a good, like y'all got brought in $18,000. That's just my opinion now.
You gotta be able to haul it, man. I mean, our trucks, they're not sitting still at all right now, man. It's just a constant roll. I mean,
So that's the
So it's
problem.
an offset probably then, versus, are you taking in enough to pay for another
Right.
truck or person? I got you.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, you're gonna see a bunch of Fords being pulled in, that's old rotten Fords, scrap metal. So,
We don't take that, we're just talking
Right.
about,
we got the other bin on the bottom of the heavy items, you know, like washing dryers, refrigerators. If they got a riding more, they can dump it. You know,
Yeah.
they can't get it over into what we call a loose bin.
right.
Because I carried a hot water heater out the other day,
Right.
and I back up and just
The door's
push it in.
open.
Yeah.
Try to make it easy as we can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm fine with that.
I'm good with it too. I was just thinking about the arguments and.
I'm motion to approve it.
Second? I'll second it.
Right.
I do have one other question before we release it. Mr. John come up here. How many fights and all of that stuff do you have
Well, we've had
with that one
several.
lane?
Back when Bill was over it, we had so many people hitting the wall. They just wore the wall out. We're talking about 2 or 3 a week. And they striped it 6 foot off each guardrail run through there. They had a 17-foot line, which is pretty much one line. You know, I mean, it's darn if you do, darn if you don't, putting 2 lanes up there. It ain't gonna be safe to put 2 lanes up there because people's toting debris back and forth. You know, this person's gonna park over here, but he's gonna tow his stuff over here. You know, because he got a spot to get up there. I mean, and it ain't working out. I mean, just do the math. I mean, you pull in there, we got 1 packer open, 2 people's dumping. That's 2 to 1 ratio when you go to that hill. You got to get in line with 1. And sometimes we got 3 lines, but that's 3 to 1 going to that cardboard, and it just deadlocks.
Right. Well,
Lebanon and Martha, with the rest of them ain't that bad, but all the other centers are 1 line.
right. Well, the reason why I say that, have we even had any kind of discussion, maybe in thinking about expanding that? We keep putting houses here and keep moving people in here. They gotta do something with that trash. And I don't wanna have to take mine to Watertown. I mean, I live here, I don't have to take mine to Watertown. I don't wanna have to take mine to Martha Lee.
We got a good road up there.
Yeah, as long as you don't get on Statesville Road. But you see what I'm saying? Have we ever even thought about expanding that for the near future, or maybe, and then maybe put another container out there and pay your guys better, and pick up another truck, or
You need to be able to dump two at a time on that cardboard. I mean, you gotta keep up with, before COVID, we was doing fine.
right?
But now everybody's got a box.
Everything's getting shipped, but it's
Right.
not
And it was
only.
working great.
But it's not only COVID though. It's we're moving people in here at a fast rate.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh,
Well, he brought up a good point, this Amazon, everybody's shipping.
Mhm.
I mean,
Big-
we was handling it pretty good till then, and then, everybody went to order,
Yeah.
and they didn't quit.
And they can quit. That's right.
Well, I had to get them through the cardboard as quickly as do the trash.
I
Right
was
now,
there
they're just half,
at Martha Lee the other day, and I had 3 bags of trash, and I pulled up there, and the guy got out, and he opened his trunk up, and he threw a bag of trash in there, and he got to a couple of boxes. Well, he walked all the way around and went up there and throwed them. Come
keep
back,
getting in line.
and come back around and got. But I
Yeah.
it didn't
But,
bother me.
that's-
It wasn't that busy, but
But,
stuff
yeah,
like
but you're
that.
saying, you're saying what I'm saying is, okay, the police department grows, WEMA grows, everything grows, but then we look at the trash, which is every day. Yeah, trash is imminent every day. If not, you're gonna see it on roads. So I'm thinking that's very important also, that we need to start thinking about maybe expanding that or something, because I go out there and they're backed out on the bypass now.
Lebanon be hard to expand, boy, they ain't no room left over there now.
Well,
109 can be
there's a whole
done.
fairgrounds right behind us right there, that we own that property too. So, I'm saying cut just maybe a quarter of an acre off back there and do some work back there. But if we lose, I'm telling you, there's the way it is right now, these guys get headaches, they get disturbed. I seen one other day and he was mad and I don't know what. So if they start up and quitting, we're in trouble, because who else is gonna do it? You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak for them, because I got out and, hey, what's going on? Can I help you? Nothing. He goes, man, this place will drive you crazy. I mean,
It's a
and
tough
it
job.
will. I mean, and it will. And I said, well, hang in there. Hang in there. I said, I did it for 34 years. You can do it for another 5. Get on back over there, And of course, we laughed about it, and he was in a good mood after that. But he goes, I'm glad you stopped, because you can see what we deal with on a daily basis. I said, I completely understand, but if we lose those guys, I'm telling you right now, we're in trouble. I ain't saying give them the world or everybody gets take-home vehicles and all that stuff, but we gotta make sure that we take care of that trash. I guess I talk too much. I ain't running for mayor, so you don't have to worry.
He's talking about the round. That round's 29 foot wide. He said it's a little more than what he said, but you got to take off of the man that's sitting up there. You need that 6 foot, put him in a safe zone. And at the time you open the doors on a full size truck, I measured mine out there, and it's 13 foot outside the door and outside the door. They go to bump doors. That's what caused that last fight. It all depends on how the common courtesy of the other person. You just ain't got it.
So there's not enough room to open doors, is what you're saying?
No.
Pull 2 trucks up there now, they will bump. Then you got kids running out.
So is there anything to put like a fence in the middle, or some kind of, or you know what I'm saying, like a barrier?
I mean, there's a better, those dumpsters are sitting on the ground and the
Right.
cars are up on
Right.
top, right?
Right.
Okay, what about if we put a platform? Well, you can't, because it'd be over top of the dumpster. I was gonna say just put a platform outside the rail. But you
What
can't.
you're talking about, you still be just dumping one at a time on the cardboard. The cardboard right now is the big issue. That's what's causing
So
all
the
our
cardboard's
problems.
on one side.
Cardboard's on one side, materials on the other side. But that don't mean they'll pull up on this side and run the cardboard over, and this guy will pull up over here, take his couch over there,
So you're
crisscross.
getting them crisscross,
You know what I mean?
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And they going to crisscross.
So no way you can put cardboard on both sides, or,
Unless you span the center. I mean, you got, like I said, we got a lot of room in Martha to do it. Them 2 centers right there, what happens now, when you come in there on the weekend, when they dump, they go around, and they come up the ramp to dump the cardboard. Well, all the cars, these cars can't move because these cars stopped. And it's deadlocked. Both of them centers deadlocked every weekend. So when the center operator goes to the back, and he gets this car to come around, they double line them up. Then they get mad, when I was ahead of him, he was ahead, it's,
Oh, I can imagine.
to get them moving, you know, I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you had a single stream, that you were gonna just have them go dump different stuff there, they gotta set in line at different places because everybody's not gonna
And
dump the
four
same
packers in
stuff.
a row and just
Yeah.
go trash, cardboard, that way they pull up there, and out the gate.
well, I mean, I had what is that first one right there on the right when they come in? Is it tin cans?
Yeah,
As you pull in, well, there's two cars. One pulled up and was throwing cans out, and this one here did too. Well, it blocked the gate. There's horns blowing at that point.
But it's
There's
like
horns
what,
blowing.
it's like what you said, let's just say we decided that we wanted to go to the back of the ag center and they allowed us to go back there and put a convenience center back there that just allowed us to dump our household garbage. Then they'd fuss and say, well, I gotta go to two different places.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and then you can create it, of course, 85% of the growth has been in the cities, not in the county.
I know
And
that.
these are for county stuff, and of course, we have looked for one in the northwestern portion of the county, hadn't been able to find one, because nobody really wants a convenience
Well,
center beside them. But you could do it, you could do another one here.
I just think it's time. Either that or my basic thing I was talking about when I said we got, take a quarter of an acre back there, okay, put your metal and your cardboards back there. Keep going what you're doing with the trash.
right.
The cardboard goes back there. And then you got two bins.
What I'm saying is the guy that's gonna, that was the same thing I just brought up. The guy that's got cardboard and garbage now is gonna say, now you're gonna make me go two different places.
Well, that is true, but I mean, there's not an easy fix for everybody, you
Line
know?
them up.
Well,
Yeah.
I think your point earlier was not bad, and the point of the fact of saying, let's just have another convenience center. So now, maybe you split half of that traffic load there, and they get to go to another place, somewhere else in the county, out, somewhere else. I think on the ag center side, there's been a lot of conversations there in the past of moving the whole convenience center to the back of the ag center and giving that property in the front to the ag center. It clears up that front. Because if that Purity property ever comes for sale, they'll probably want to take that too. And that way it clears your whole frontage for your ag center.
Well,
They didn't
I'm
move that.
open.
A Primo property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I don't wanna do that, cause then I gotta drive farther to put my.
You could just go down Peyton Road. I mean, it would.
Yeah, I mean, I like that idea too.
But I think if there's another place, and I think we need to get with Cindy and talk with her to say, if she could find another place in the city of Lebanon somewhere that we could do this on, then you could just go to another convenience center.
No, we have,
$5 million.
Don't we have, I'm sure they probably won't, they ain't gonna want, but don't we have some property out there off behind Lehman? That's in the city of Lebanon?
I don't think that one is buildable for anybody, because we looked at going there for, it's really joint property owned by us and the city of Lebanon, when they built South Hartman through there, but we looked at putting animal control there and it wouldn't work.
Okay.
Yeah. But there may be some other property that's there, but let's let Cindy look at seeing if she's ready to expand another convenience center here, which answers your call, what you brought up.
Okay.
Yep, and maybe that lightens a load there for these people. But the one lane, really what you're telling me is was done for safety reasons.
Yes.
And since you had the accident.
And it was done years ago. It was striped. The stripes stayed, there was cones, and the cones got pushed away, and they was running two lanes, And
But you got them down to one lane because of
because
safety.
they go back to hitting that wall, they go back to fighting.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Randall?
So just so I know, you're saying there's not enough room in there to put, like, say, two here and two there, and have,
That's what he said.
you're saying there's not enough room?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the back lot, you gotta have all that space for the truck to get the boxes out.
Gotcha.
We got all our empties across the back.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's just,
I ain't never been over there, so I don't, that's what I
it's
said.
about the same thing as one on that.
Okay,
Same, but pretty much the same setup.
gotcha. Okay, thank you.
I think I voted on passing this, but I'm gonna do it one more time. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
You hadn't, but you got it that time.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions for Mr. Randy? Thank you. Tell Ms. Cindy we said hello. All right, new business?
You don't approve your report.
Motion to approve the solid waste report.
Motion to approve his report.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Jennings. All right, now we're new business, and we've already done that. So, old business? All right, anyone speaking before the board for stormwater? public comment there. We'll go to Mr. James Bailey, Stormwater Director.
You've got your September numbers in your report. We did a total of about 140 inspections, which is about average what we were doing last year. I think we were in the 150s this time last year. Moving on down to the work summary, we are continuing with the streamside educational mail-outs. We are working District 18 at this time. Not included in your report, but I'll mention it. We did close our public comment, closed September the 8th. We didn't receive any for stormwater, so I just wanted to make that note. We will be attending the Tennessee Stormwater Association Annual Conference, which will be October 20th through the 23rd of this month in Chattanooga. And that's all I have, if anybody's got any questions.
What's these complaints? What, is that complaints on us or? complaints
No,
on the
that's
neighbor?
stormwater complaints. They could be anything from erosion problems to construction. Just generalized. Usually, I think these were probably a couple of construction complaints and maybe one stormwater complaint as far as runoff.
Okay.
Any other questions, Mr. Bailey?
Motion to approve his report.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Anything else to come before the body today?
Motion to adjourn.